Making maps in Roll20. That's what I am doing today. I'm gonna do just kind of like a test one to show kind of the basics, and then I'm gonna try and create a more detailed one of like an actual interior of a house, which I have never done before. So should be interesting. So let's go. Let's start off by creating a page. We'll do test map. Sure. Let's go there. I have in the marketplace, I went ahead in Roll20 and purchased the Great Outdoors set by Meditating Monkey. And it kind of comes with like basic texture tiles for the ground. And then it has a few pre-built layouts of like temple ruins and whatnot. And then it's just got the actual modular pieces that you can use to build. So just to like kind of start, as an example, we'll start with this. So let's go there, and let's just do a blank. And the nice thing about most of these is that they're already set to the default size of the blank page that Roll20 creates, so you can just kind of drag it to the existing shape, and everything's good. Though this background you could probably make whatever size you want, and it wouldn't matter too much because there's nothing really going on with it. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and create. Oh my gosh, my dogs are wrestling in the background. I can hear them. Now I'm gonna create a little temple. Let's see here. I'm gonna start with like kind of the large room, and I'm gonna pull it over here. Oh, and you know what I did? Hold up. I should have been on the map and background layer, but I wasn't, so I'm just gonna send this to that layer and then switch over there because that's where I want to be. Okay, so let's start with like maybe a big room, and we'll make this like the main. We're gonna do some temple ruins, and we're gonna make this like the main building. Focus. We'll maybe set that right here. And what I'm doing is when I'm dragging, I'm hitting Alt while I drag it to place it exactly where I want. Otherwise, it'll always snap to whatever grid location. Which it doesn't matter so much with this right now, but when I'm placing pieces later on, I'm going to want to hit Alt while I'm placing them. So they go exactly where I want them to, rather than just snapping to where they think they should be. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make this actually a little bigger. Okay, and I'm going to add a room over here. And I'm going to try and pull it here. So I'm going to have it like as kind of a side room, and I'm hitting Alt and dragging. And then because I don't like the fact that you can still see the wall underneath, I'm going to drag some of these ruined floor pieces over. Okay, so this one, and again, I'm using Alt as I like even twist it here to just kind of get it how I want. And let's do another little bit. The thin ones are probably the best since it's kind of a thin area. Let's twist it here. Basically, this is just kind of it. Is just like obsessing over like the little tiny bits and getting it just exactly how you want. The longest part of this is just placing everything just so. Okay, let's see here. So we've got our side room. And I'm gonna do I have steps. I need steps up into this place. Stairs. I do have stairs. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna make stairs up into this place here. I'm gonna need to size it a little bit more. Okay. Maybe just like squeeze it down a little. Alright. Oh, not all the way to the back. Crap. There we go. Do it under, or maybe I liked it on top. That's what she said. Okay, so now what I am actually going to do here is I am going to create another room on this side, but I'm going to have it like ruined. Like this room that's over here has like crumbled away. So what I'm going to do here is place this just kind of like that. And here, right there. Let's do, and resize. Maybe up a little more. Maybe just a little bit bigger. Cool. Oh, I forgot to hit Alt while I did that, and it snapped. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ruined wall pieces, and I'm going to drag them so it's like ruined. There we go. And place it. And I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same dimensions of the other room, but that is fine. You know what, actually, I am going to use a corner piece over here. There we go. Let's just delete that. There we go. Okay, so, and then I am just going to do part of a wall down here, and the rest is going to be crumbling bricks. Where are my bricks at? Up, 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 up. So, it's like it was once a wall, and then it has since crumbled. There we go. You know what? I think I actually want it where it looks like it's crumbled on both sides. Well, let's resize that. Cool. So basically that's kind of it. And then I can, you know, I can do trees and whatnot around here. Let's do that. I mean, I've created like a ruined temple here. And we'll put a little statue right in the middle of the temple. And then now, does this pack have trees? I forget. Or do I need to use my own trees? Okay, so where are mine? Nature. Gonna go find some trees. So now this is kind of the fun part. I'm gonna drag tree 1 over, and you've got to like kind of randomize this so it actually looks legit. So I'm just gonna do copy and then just paste it all over. Just kind of at random. Sometimes they're close together, sometimes they're all over. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to rotate it this way and smallify it just a little. And now I'll copy that I'm going to have it coming in right up next to the temple. So, and then just kind of all over and right up against the edges so it looks like naturally grown. And then different tree shapes. And copy. Now comes the really hard part. I'm going to try and create an interior, which I've never done before. I've always done stuff like this where it's like outside and then like maybe a little building with some pieces. So let's do this. I have recently purchased a set, let's see, the Village Builder is what it is. And it comes with basically all the pieces needed to build out houses and the insides of houses and furnish them and blah, 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 blah. And this is actually going to be taking place in a snowy town. So I need to, snow map tile, I need to go and find a snow tile, like just snowy background. There we go. Texture. There we go. Save that texture, and then I can come and upload it to my library. Snow texture. Cool. And now that's on there. Am I still on the map layer? Okay. I'll come over here and just drag this out to the right size. Oops, too far. Let's do this. Oh, and another thing, with this one, I actually have a bit of help. So let me switch over to the GM. So what I have here is I have a map of what I want, what I need it to look like. So let's see here. Let's pull this up. I have it right here. Let's do, well, I need this. And I'm going to set it as the background as kind of like a blueprint to build on top of. And that hopefully will make my job a little easier with building this. I'll brighten it up. So let's see here. Let's embiggen this. Oh good, and it's got the grid too, so I'll know exactly how big to make things. So this is the map that came with the adventure that I'm going to be running. However, I wanted to make it a little bit more in a realistic style. Yeah, and by the way, those of you running in the adventure, don't pay too hard attention to this. just get ready to like really enforce that player knowledge versus character knowledge, and be good about it. So what I need to do now is, what am I doing? Aligning to grid actually. So let's switch back to this. Align to grid. And then I can go and align it. So it's 3 by 3 squares is what I need to drag out. Yeah, do that. Ooh, that's not quite what, it's close. Okay, let's try it again. 3 by 3. Try that. Is that about, you know, it's not perfect, but it's the size we want. So now let's make this map a little bit bigger, this whole page. I don't know how big this is supposed to be. Okay, so, oh, and it's still cutting that off. This is a big map. Okay, width 45 maybe? Change the width there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so it's not perfectly lined up to the grid, but I'm using this more as like a blueprint anyways, so that'll be fine. So now I can send this to the GM layer, and so now it's just kind of in the background, and I am going to build on top of it. So let's resize my snow texture. And it's kind of good that it's just kind of generic texture, because it's not really built for this size. Okay, so I need the main floor then to come over here. What do I want the floor to look like? Wood? Do we have just wood floors? I don't know. Man, there's a lot in this. Okay, we have wood floors. Sweet. Do we have like a general layout? No. Okay. We're gonna do this room. Santa will bring them a Swiffer. Okay, so main floor, main room, entryway, whatever, it's gonna be there. Okay. And then the next room, I need to be right next there. So let's move this over. What do it's just a little guy. So let's do, and I'm just gonna try and outline this generally, and then I'm gonna delete that from the layer. So that works. I don't know why they have the wall so thick, but we can expand it a little. That's fine. And then again, bring this guy over here. So whoever drew this map should be shot. Why is it like so? The walls are like 5 feet thick. What kind of house is this? Okay. Okay, and then a room. I'll do a room up here. Who knows how this will look with the wood? We'll figure it out. Okay, and then a room. Do I have a really long room? There we go. Really long room. So now I'm going to go to my GM layer, and I'm going to delete that layer. Okay. Hey, that looks better than I thought it would, to be honest. Okay. Let's see, where's the doors here? I've got the doors. So what I need to do is go down here, and I just need to place doors everywhere that they are. Okay, that might look a little weird right there, so I'm going to stretch it back down until it's a little more tolerable. Okay. Sweet. So, now for the rest. The rest are, let's do these kind, since they are actually closed doors in all of these. Yes. Yeah, I think so. But I'm going to put them, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to handle that with dynamic lighting. Soka. Let's do right here. And stretch stretch it out a little. And there's another doorway over here. I'm just looking at my map over here. I've got it pulled up so I can see where all the doorways are. Let's turn it around. Yeah, it is a lot of busy work. It's honestly, it seems like it's maybe a lot worse with this kind of, with the indoor. The outdoor, when I was making that temple, went a lot faster. But like this, it's like placing doors and windows and all sorts of stuff like that. So it kind of gets tedious, to say the least. And it's like at this point, like, is when I start like deciding, okay, do I want to place the windows? Like, do I care to place the windows? Do I want to? Or can I just be like, yeah, there's a window there? But then again, like sometimes, people will see the map, players will see the map, and they don't think to ask, is there anything else that like I can't see on the map? And so they don't even think about like what they could do if there was a window there. Does that make sense? And so I feel like I gotta complete it all so that they're able to see exactly what they're looking at. Yeah, I'm recreating a hand-drawn map. So let's see if I can. With, let me see if I can pull it up. There. Yeah. So basically, that's what I'm recreating. And I actually, at the very beginning of this, I actually uploaded this to here and had it on the GM layer in the background and was just dragging the pieces over top to try and kind of line it up. But that's basically what I'm doing right now. And that's what I'm working off of. Because it's not even, it's Swampus and it's not great. So I wanted to recreate it. So that's what I'm doing. Let's put a nice like rug in the entryway of this house. Okay, so let's see. What are these? These are curtains. And then those are windows. Windows, windows, doors, doors, doors. Road. Chairs. And chandelier at the top. Okay. And now I am going to switch to the GM overlay. And I'm going to go back to up here. And this is just for my own thing here. I'm going to try and match up with the map so that I don't get confused. Okay, so this is area 3 right here. And then it's got a note for 5 is the stairs. And then this is on the GM overlay, so no one will be able to see it but me. So now what do I got? I need to do the furniture and stuff now. I don't know that I'm going to do the windows. I feel like if I'm feeling really wild after I've done all the other details, I can do windows. But like meanwhile, I am not going to. Okay, so let's put bed. Oh, I'm still on the GM layer. Let's switch back over to map. Yeah, it is a paid feature, but I mean, if you guys want to see how to do it, I can do that. Let's put that on the map layer. Okay, cool. I'll do dynamic lighting. Okay, so I've got basically my house built. So I'll switch to dynamic lighting layer. And then I am going to draw a line. And basically anything that I draw while on the dynamic lighting is basically, it's like a wall that blocks all light and sight. Um, and it's best to do it in like a bright color. So I'm just going to start here, go down here on this wall, and I've applied a wall there. And I'm just left clicking and it'll follow it. And then once I'm done, I click right click and it sets it. So, and then now I can start left click down to here, right click, set it in. Left click, left click, left click, right click, set it in. Basically, like I can just go left click, left click, left click, left click, and it'll just go, it'll keep going around. And just follow my mouse wherever I click until I hit right click, and then it sets it in. Let's see here. Let me zoom in on that. Let's try and delete this. Okay. So, go back to drawing a line. So left click, and then left click, left click, left click, and then right click to set it in. So now I've got this room walled in, so like if a character walks in here, there won't be any light that shows up right here because I'm going to do the doors. But I do the doors in a different color because I like the option to come in and remove the door. Left click, right click to set in. So now I've got the doors there in a different color and is their own separate little line so that as characters come in, I can switch over to the dynamic lighting, select just that line, and delete it as characters go through the door. So right now, if, you know, let's go to the object and let's change this so that it is not globally illuminated. So let's say I go here and I grab Duncan, just for example. I go back here. I can place Duncan right here, and he cannot see into this room at all. However, if I go to the dynamic lighting, I can go right here, and I can delete that door, and now he can see into that room. But yeah, as long as I'm on the dynamic lighting layer, anything I draw, like I can draw shapes, so like for trees or for furniture, like I can draw that square, and that's, you know, or hit Alt, hold down Alt and draw a shape, and it's a circle. And so now if I go to objects and, oops, I'm still on draw. Let's delete that. And I come out here, so now he can't see the squares that I drew there as he goes around it, but this one's just a circle. So that's what I do for like on the trees and stuff. Yeah, it's not very difficult. It's more just time consuming because you've got to go around for the dynamic lighting. You've got to go around to each, let's see, draw a line, and you've got to just do every wall, you know. So it gets kind of tedious. And oops, that one was a little off, but it's fine. It gets kind of tedious just because it takes a while and it's time consuming. But yeah, that's how you do dynamic lighting. And then I can just go back here to objects and tokens. Oops, I'm still drawing. And just move them around. So yeah, or like if he didn't have dark vision, I could set this, I could send this to the object layer, the token layer, and have it emit light So like, let's say I move him out of here now. That's still emitting light. So there's a lot of different ways to handle the light and dynamic lighting. Yeah, if it was a drawing tablet, that's what I'm wondering, if it would be a lot easier if it was like on a touch screen, you know, like a Surface or like the Roll20 app isn't that great right now, but the website, you know, you've got all the functionality, so I would think you'd still want to use an actual web browser instead of the app for this. Um, but if you had like a touchscreen and could do it that way, that would be awesome way to do it. Though there are like a bunch of different map packs that you can buy in the marketplace that come with dynamic lighting, um, so that you don't have to go through the tediousness of it. And all the like modules that you buy, um, like Tomb of Annihilation and things like that, official like Wizards modules that you buy in Roll20 come with all the dynamic lighting on all the maps. So yeah, that's building maps. We did this little house floor plan, and then I did like just a new little, just a test map of a ruined temple. But that's map building in, you know, Roll20. You just drag over all the different assets and build them all together and make them work together. And then, you know, later I come in after I've built the map and I go to the GM layer, and that's when I put in all my monsters and things. And then as you guys come through the house, I pop them to the token layer so you guys can see them. Oh, there's my harpy. Let's copy her. See, I can put her. I can put her here. And right now she's on the token layer, but I'll just send her to the GM layer. And then as the players come through, they can walk into this room with it lit up and still won't see her until I decide to go over to the GM layer and send her to the token layer, and then she'll pop into existence. But yeah, that's basically how I set up all my maps when I have to build them from scratch. I mean, a lot of times it's just a matter of like I go and find a really cool map that I like a lot. Like this clearing here I've got set up for just if you guys are ever like, what's over in this forest? I want to go over to there. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a clearing. And then I can, you know, drag over just whatever kind of bad guys I want, or let's see, map assets. That's all going to be nature, but I've got monsters, and I can just pull this guy over and have him fight you and have you roll for initiative. But that's usually how I do maps, but lately with doing these one-shots I've had to do a lot more creating from scratch, because there will be very specific locations with specific layouts and stuff that I've got to build. Like this house, or like that temple that I was building. So yeah. Alright, cool. Well, I am going to go offline, but I'm excited to play tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and hop off of this map so I can archive it, since I don't really need that anymore. Okay. Later.